Just as soon as that empty feeling shows up, you know what you tend to do? Grab your track shoes and try to outrun it. You will do dang near anything except actually deal with it. You'll try to fix it, schedule over it, scroll past it, achieve far beyond it, anything except actually feeling it. And contrary to popular belief, that empty feeling is really not your enemy. It's just a messenger trying to tell you something, except you won't slow down long enough to hear it. So it just gets louder until life forces you to sit down and actually listen. So today we're going to skip the part where life forces you to have several seats, even. And we're going to really explore what your empty feeling is really trying to tell you. Because as soon as you hear what it is for you, that's when something shifts and changes. So let's really get into it. If you are new here, I'm your coach, Letitia, and I help you be the main character of your life because we are no longer standing on the sidelines and watching our life go by. We are stepping into our main character era. Okay, friend? Yes. But in order to do that, we have to address the elephant in the room. That empty feeling that snuck up on you almost out of nowhere. And as soon as it shows up, we go into fix it mode. We grab our tool bag and we go to work. This is where you usually start to busy yourself. So you'll whip out the calendar, you'll add a yoga class, you'll take on a new project at work. You will consume yourself with the kids and their schedules and everything that they got going on. You will find any reason to keep yourself preoccupied and so busy that you never have any time to explore what this empty feeling is really trying to tell you. Because as soon as you feel that pit in your stomach, that weight on your chest, that is when you start thinking that something is broken. And if it's broken, then that means that there's damage that needs to be fixed and repaired. And you will grab all of your tools and get to work. But what if this is not a signal or a sign that anything is broken? What if it's trying to redirect your attention someplace else entirely? And we will busy ourselves until the point of being exhausted. And then by that time, your schedule is so packed and that emptiness just keeps growing louder, but you haven't actually given yourself any type of time or space to even explore what it looks like. And so, first, I just want you to release the idea that there's something broken, that there's something wrong with you. There isn't anything wrong with you. We have just been taught that there's really only two types of feelings in this world, that's good and that's bad. We are taught that the good feelings, those are the ones that we want to chase. Those are the feelings that we are just supposed to feel all the time. And if you don't feel good or anything higher of the equivalent, then the bad ones, those are the ones that you want to steer clear of. Those are the ones that they don't deserve any of your time because they make you feel rotten and they're no good. And really, that's just not true. We are meant to experience a variety of feelings and emotions while we are here. It's all a part of the human experience. And listen, you are not exempt from any feelings in the human experience, okay? You came here for the variety pack and you for sure gonna get it. So instead of labeling these feelings as something that's good or bad, let's try looking at feelings through a new lens. Feelings are not problems to be fixed. They are simply just information. And they're either telling you that you are in alignment or out of alignment. They are really just messengers to help you understand when you are really connected to yourself and when you've been disconnected from yourself. They're just signals trying to point you back to connecting to you. That's really all that they are. They're just trying to help you understand where you are in relationship to that thing. So if you are feeling tired and exhausted, it's a signal that you need rest, right? It's time for you to rest, recalibrate, have some recovery because you've probably been running too hard. And that is not a bad thing. That's not a weakness. It's simply just a way of communicating back to yourself what it is that you need. Because when you get that rest, then you're back in alignment and you're all good to go. So, really, that's what your feelings are there for. They're there to signal to you when, hey, you're out of alignment. It's time to pause for the cause and get to reconnecting back to the best of you. That's really what your feelings are there for. They are just signals giving you information, and it's up to you to interpret that information. Anytime that empty feeling shows up, it's because you've met a threshold, you've come to a doorway. And if you've been so busy ignoring it, you've never actually went through the door to see what's in there. And that is what is trying to get your attention. It's waving you down at this point. Flagging you down, trying to get your attention to this doorway because the doorway could have been there for months. But if your calendar has been booked and busy beyond belief, then you haven't given it a thought at all as to what's really behind that door. So, friend, it is not always a negative thing to have these emotions. They're simply just trying to draw your attention to a place that you really need to give some attention. So, today I want to give you a few messages that that empty feeling is trying to give you. Okay. So, you tell me which one is really showing up and showing out for you. Okay. And I'm going to be glancing at my notes. So, don't mind me. Okay. Message one: you have outgrown this version of your life and you haven't given yourself permission to admit it. And friend, listen, this is hard because if you have spent so much of your time, effort, and energy, your own special brew of tea, you've invested so much into this life that you have, and it's a good life, but it is just no longer giving you everything that you need it to be giving. You feel like something is missing, or you are just being called forward to more. And it's so hard to reconcile when you have built this up and now it's just not quite what you want anymore. And you might see this happen in your work, in your career. Maybe you've been had this dream of building up this bold, illustrious career. And now that you've built it, now you feel like you're ready to do something else. Maybe you want to write a book, or maybe you want to give in and do some volunteer work that you've been wanting to do forever. There's so many different things that could have been calling you, but because you've built this life, you are afraid that if you admit that this is no longer what you want anymore, then it's a sign that you've built something for nothing. And that's just not true, friend. This is just an invitation inviting you into a new chapter of your life. It doesn't have to be doom and gloom. Your story is not ending. This is just a new chapter beginning. Message two is you've been feeding the wrong parts of yourself. This can show up anywhere. It can show up in your career, in your relationships. Maybe you have been giving all of your time into your relationship that you've completely neglected your creativity or your faith, your purpose, your mission, your calling. Maybe there are other areas of your life that have just been put on pause for much longer that you attended to because you just poured everything into one area of your life. This happened with me with work for the longest time. I was so focused on building a career in corporate leadership that that's all I focused on. It was that and my babies, and that was all that I made time for. And it really didn't allow room for my creative side, for writing like I love to do. So, this is really where you have just focused in so much on one area of your life that you've been starving other areas of your life. Or sometimes life just happens and we put certain parts of our life on the back burner thinking that we'll get to it soon, but soon never shows up. So maybe this has been showing up for you. Or maybe it's message number three. Now, this one, straight up no chaser, friend. This message is all about that thing that you have been ignoring and avoiding that you know you need to do. The conversation that you know you need to have, the relationship you finally need to express your boundaries with. It is the thing that you know that you should be doing. You've been saying for years that you were going to go after your dream, and you haven't even taken a baby step in the direction of your dream yet. So, what is that thing that you have been ignoring, avoiding, postponing that you know you need to do? You have not given yourself any time whatsoever to just be long enough to figure out what it is that's important to you right now in this season. This one is really tough because it requires a lot of grace and self-reflection and some accountability, friends. So, this one, if this is where you're at, grant yourself some extra grace on this one, okay? And now I want to give you something practical to do when this empty feeling shows up because it's so easy to keep yourself busy. It's easy to avoid it and think that when things slow down, you'll finally set some time up for yourself to just connect back to you. But when that empty feeling shows up, I just want you to pause for 90 seconds. You can even set a timer if you need to, but just pause for 90 seconds. You can just place your hand on your heart and just breathe. Just be with yourself and the feeling for 90 seconds. It's just a minute and a half of you just feeling the feeling. So often we minimize just how important it is to just feel the feeling. If you just give it 90 seconds, you might realize that that heaviness that you were feeling, it's not as heavy anymore. It's lightened up. You might even notice that maybe you need 90 more seconds because you're feeling it and it feels like relief. We get so afraid of feelings that if we allow ourselves to feel it, then we'll never be able to stop feeling it, or that the feeling will be so consuming that you won't be able to turn it off or turn away from it. And I want you to remember that you are in control. When my mom made her transition to heaven, we share the same birthday, okay? And my very first birthday without her, I did not know how I was going to do that day. And I have one of my best friends, her birthday is also the same day, and we were doing a combined dinner that night, but I had no idea how I was going to feel that day. And so when I woke up, I said, you know what? I'm going to feel sad until 10 a.m. And then I'm going to start getting ready. Well, 10 came and I was like, you know what? I'm going to be sad until 11. And then 11 came and I still felt like there was still some more left to feel. So I said, okay, I'm going to feel sad until 12 and then I'm cutting myself off at noon. That's it. After noon, I'm going to be celebrating me. I'm going to be honoring my mom's life. I'm going to be enjoying our birthday. And that's what I did. And that taught me that I was in control of my emotions. I got to decide when I felt it, how long I felt it, how much I could actually feel it and still manage it, still be the one calling the shots and saying, you know what, I'm going to feel it for this amount of time. And then after that, it's time to turn the page. It is time to look forward towards joy and happiness and experience those things. So you are in control and you can come back from feeling even the deepest of pain. It's possible. And even if you need help with that, do not be too proud to raise your hand and ask for some help. Get yourself a coach or a therapist. Connect with a friend or a family member. There are so many options and so many resources today that you can get some extra support to help you through if that's in fact what you need. So, you no longer have to be afraid of your feelings, and negative emotions do not have to mean something negative. It is just calling your attention to something that deserves your focus. You get to decide that. But be okay with feeling your feelings because so often they just want to be felt. They just want to be seen and heard and explored. And as you do that, you start to feel relieved. You start to feel more of a greater sense of peace. And sometimes you will need to take some time with it, but start with 90 seconds. Because if you can start there, then you can gauge after that what is next that's best for you. Because you know in your heart of hearts. And oh, let me give you a few questions to also ask yourself. These are some journal prompts for you. This is great to do after you've done the 90-second exercise of feeling your feelings, okay? So, question 1, what are you here to tell me? Question 2, what have I been ignoring? And question 3, what do you need from me right now? So good. I'm telling you, 90 seconds of feeling the feeling and then exploring those 3 quick journal prompts just to really explore what is showing up for you and you reminding yourself that you have your answers. They are in your heart. I feel like God put them in the place that we would last look. He got jokes. And if God is not your thing, feel free to insert your belief there. But everything is right here. It's all in your heart. And if you will just give yourself time to connect to it, there your answers are. Okay, friend. Oh, you got your journal prompts. Let me tell you what to tell me in the comments. Okay. If that empty feeling could talk, what would she be saying? Tell me, friend. You could just drop a sentence. I can't wait to hear what you think that empty feeling is actually telling you. Let's continue the conversation in the comments, okay? I hope that you love this video just as much as I love making it for you. And as I always remind you, friend, I love myself so much, I don't play about me. And if you hang out with me long enough, you will love yourself so much that you won't play about you either. Okay, friend? Okay, I will see you in the comments and in the next video tomorrow.